Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob and today we are going to be continuing and finishing off the narration for the vignette side story, Operational Intelligence. So, this is part 2, so we're going to be covering the last 4 episodes. And speaking of part 2, if you missed part 1, the playlist is in the description of the video if you want to catch up. And also, yes, this is part 2, but I will not be doing the usual recap of the previous part like I normally do with anything on the channel. Well, almost anything. But considering this is a vignette side story with featuring mostly individual little stories, I will not be doing that here. However, at the end of today's part, I will be, talking a bit about my opinions about the stories, sort of a little review and look back and try to remember how these stories felt way back when we pretty much knew nothing, and a lot of them were either filling in blanks or were foreshadowing future events, like a certain little Iffy here did with her stuff. But anyway, before we get into that stuff, however, as well, thank you very much for the likes on the previous part. They always help and mean a lot to me, so thank you very much. And for those of you who are new to the channel, if you enjoy what you're gonna be listening to today and wanna just sit back, listen, and enjoy pretty much any story in Arknights, and yes, I mean at this point any, because literally all there is to cover right now in the game are 3 vignette stories and 2 side stories, and 2 of those are gonna be covered in the next 2 weeks as well. So the list is dwindling, and almost all the old catalog is done at this point. So we're gonna be threading into new territory very soon, I guess. But yeah, that is that. So let us begin with our first part today, which is the story featuring a certain operator who will soon get his altar version. But the story is titled Survival, Notarization, and this is how it goes. Do you hear the thunderclap? See the clouds blanket the peaks? Long forgotten faces, long forgotten things. Find the way back to Vermeil. Take me home. Red clouds. 10:37 AM. Overcast. Siracusa, low catastrophe sector, wilderness, cabin in the woods. I heard you singing. There is no need to hide. I bear you no ill will. The headsmen all say that, but in the end they draw blood. Headsman? I'm afraid I do not understand your wording. I represent the Laterano Notarial Hall. Shut up! You can't fool me! Gotcha! You did not. Pardon. Target escaped out the window. Quick response time. Environment analyzed. Cured fowl meat, tanning bench, processed animal skins. Worked with wooden tools and small knives. Drop the bow. I am aware of your position hiding behind the window. I repeat, I bear you no ill will. No way! Your awareness of your surroundings is impressive. I'll turn you into a pincushion! He caught it with his hand? But what the hell are you? As the report states, their hair is fickle, slow to trust, and difficult to communicate with. The above is my last will and testament in its entirety. However, I have one final selfish request. In the forests of Siracusa, I met a one-armed Vulpo girl. She had long walked a single-minded path of revenge. In my compassion, I gave her aid. While this may have hurt her pride, I found myself moved by her stubborn determination to survive. I later learned that the aid I gave her only strengthened her obsession with revenge, which left me uneasy. I want to give her all that I have. Sadly, this is very little. Only a few sad heirlooms. Pardon the interruption, but there is no Vulpo on your list of kin. This will make our work rather difficult. As such, this is but a petty request from a childless Laterano citizen on his deathbed.
I smell blood on him, and he gives me a nasty feeling. Another fella coming to wreck up my homestead? Gross. He took the bait.
I see. Another trap. There are trigger mechanisms all over.
Listen up, you walked right into a hunter's trap. If you don't want to die, hand over your weapons and don't move.
If that will aid communication, I will comply.
Who are you?
I'm an executor from the Laterano Notario Hall, working as executor of this estate. You may call me Executor.
Laterano?
Vermeil, you are the target of my mission.
How do you know my name?
Your name was given by the deceased, Mr. Durenmat.
I don't know any Durenmat.
For several reasons, he used a variety of aliases.
Where do you want to take me?
In the interests of secrecy, I cannot say.
You're full of it. You're gonna die here. I'm not leaving. My mom, my dad, my uncle, my auntie, my friends, my people, they're all...
My task is to bring only you.
Shut up! Do you even know where you are?
I am in a situation in which I am unable to advance my mission.
Anything that walks into this forest is our prey. The bones you're standing on are all beasts and even worse people.
I understand. The area around this base of operations was full of traps. Pits, snares, landmines, trigger darts. Rest assured, I have disarmed them all. The traps were a basic construction, but carried the possibility of injuring the object. Please, come with me.
Stay back! One step closer and I'll shoot you dead.
She escaped again.
Hey, why did you save me?
I'm a hunter too, after all. How could I look past our respected colleague, short one arm and lying in a pile of her own guts next to a big old tusker?
You're no hunter. You can't fool me. I don't smell any dirt on you at all.
I guess I can't. But when I saw you there, I was moved by how well a little one like you had conquered the wilderness. That's the truth.
What do you mean?
Just saying what comes to mind.
What's the deal with the circle on your head and the thingies on your back?
Have you never seen a Laterana before, little one? These are... I guess they're what's left of my homeland I walked away from.
You can't ever clean off the dirt from your hometown.
Maybe you're right. The sort of it is, a lot's happened. Come, let's try to get you walking. Let me put this on you.
It's an arm? A metal arm? What a weird thing.
A token of my respect for a child of the wilderness.
You're a carpenter, a metal worker.
I learned all sorts of things in my old job.
You saved me, so it can't be bad. I'm gonna need an arm to get my revenge, so thank you.
Revenge, huh? Well, I can't decide your fate for you. But when you pull your bowstring with this arm, I hope you'll think about why it is we're alive, besides revenge. If you don't think enough, you might just end up like me. I don't want to hear you say I live for revenge. That's too cliché. Damn right. Totally played out.
Laterano. He said he's from Laterano. It couldn't be. hurts.
It seems Mr. Durnbat's assessment was correct.
What? Damn it, how long have you been hunting me? Hey, let me go!
Stop resisting. I cannot hurt you, as you are the heir to this will. This is a letter from the deceased. Why do you continue to resist?
That's his scent. The letter has the scent of his blood. What did you do to him?
The journey from Laterana to this place was extremely long. It is not possible that any scent of the deceased remains.
Answer me, or I'll kill you!
First, I believe demonstrating the power differential at hand may aid in communication. Second, out of respect for you as the heir, I will answer your question. Mr. Durnbat died on the operating table. It was not a peaceful passing. He suffered from an incurable disease.
You... let go!
Such was his choice.
Hey, what are you doing?
Originium crystals have already pierced his skin. The infection continues to worsen.
None of your business!
If the object insists on rejecting her benefit, according to regulations, I am permitted to abandon the task. But the clan and my superiors issued a subordinating clause. I must execute it.
What the hell are you trying to do?
Let Vermeil live. As this is a rather broad request, executing it will be quite complicated. It is my hope that you cooperate.
That's what he asked you to do?
Correct. He sold off all of his property, paid a number of additional fees, including those of the notarial hall, as well as the costs of your future medical treatment.
But why? I'm just some girl from the forest.
He wants you to live.
And I'm asking why?
Because he believed you deserve it to live. Now that the last will and testament has been executed, my work here is done.
But when did you slip this to me?
Before we proceed to the next phase, I must hear your reply. Do you want to live? You need only answer yes or no. Our time is limited.
Hey,
Mister, what am I supposed to call you? Executor, if you must call me something. Thank you for accepting my request. It was the notarial hall's decision. I am merely executing my duties. Sure enough. And while you're looking for Vermeil, I have another little request. Depending on the nature of the request, I may reject your verbal appeal. I would prefer you submit it in written form to the notarial hall. You're a real hard ass, huh? Doesn't matter. It's just a little thing. Don't tell her anything about my past if you can. Make up some story. Tell her I died on the operating table. I do not understand the need for this request, nor does it fit with the truth. You fled the notarial hall's justice for many years, and you shot dead. Enough! Even if I told you doing it this way would save you a lot of trouble in getting your job done. If in my judgment I agree with your assessment, I will consider your request.
So, this Rhode Island place, they can really cure this crazy disease?
Medical science is yet to cure ripathy, but they may be able to alleviate your suffering. Considering what you did to the Ursus, I advise against continuing to act alone. And it just happens that I must go to Rhode Island on another matter.
Are you asking me to go with you?
I believe that would be the most logical.
I refuse. I still have a lot to do before I can leave here. I have to say goodbye to my people.
It is dangerous here. Hatred does not end in compromise.
You sure know a lot. I don't care what you know. Don't get in my way. I can still go to this Rhodes Island place even after I settle everything, can't I?
Allow me to calculate.
What?
I must calculate if I have enough ammunition to deal with those fugitives when they find you again.
Ammunition? You mean you would go out into the Barrens with me?
In accordance with your answer, you have been marked by the Notarial Hall as having accepted your inheritance. However, the contents of the will have not been fully executed. I cannot allow you to expose yourself to such danger. This is my duty.
And I need your help. I'm used to being on my own.
Furthermore, I believe you seek to compromise with me and then seize the opportunity to escape. There is no time to waste. Let us depart.
Hey, I didn't say yes. I don't need some outlander to comment. Hey, wait! Where are you? What are you doing? Do you even know where they are? Do you even know the way?
Yes.
Watch your feet, there's...
I have disarmed the traps. Come with me.
Sooner or later I'll show you, you weirdo.
Please take good care of her, Mr. Executor. Really, it could be good for you too. Don't give me that look. You know what I mean. Get her out of that mud hole. Don't let her end up like me. Justice? Maybe what I did was justified. Mister, if the Notarial Hall could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But it still wouldn't be anything to cheer about. Honestly, it just makes life seem like a big joke. Her. She's my legacy, though. My hopes and dreams. May the Lord bless her and keep her. And that was our first story for the day. So then, let us proceed to our second one, which is after class homework.
Everything was white. From the sky above my head to the ground beneath my feet, everything I could see was a calming white. Pure, silent, empty white. Only the flames flickered and swayed. Eventually my dream quietly eroded, melting away until finally I awakened. Where am I? No answer. Why am I here?
No answer.
Should I leave?
No answer.
There was no one but me. There was nothing but me. And so, my confusion left only one. What are you?
"2:35 p.m. Rainy and overcast. Rhode Island Ark, cabin number 2, operator quarters."
Again, why is it always that same dream? What the hell does it mean? I slept on my head wrong. It's throbbing. This is all the damn doctor's fault. These questions are too hard. What is this even about? Surface area? Who cares? No, not now. Don't ignite. I cinched the edge of the desk. Okay, at least I didn't burn a worksheet. This doctor...
Flashback.
Do I really have to do this whole thing? Pain in the ass. Huh? Studying is good for me. Come on, like I didn't know that. Why else would anybody study with you? But this is too much homework. And like, what's the difference between this word and this word? I say 2 words to you and silence takes away my dried peppers. It's all your fault. Hey, what are you laughing at?
I know where she's hiding the dried peppers.
Really? Where? I want to take them with you. Then she'll lecture both of us. Hey, Doctor, is Alan's going out on a mission tomorrow? You think I could go too? You know how powerful I am, don't you? Just talk to her for me. See if you can get her to let me go.
This is a cleanup operation. You're better at combat, aren't you?
What are you talking about? I can handle that stuff. So why aren't we fighting right now? Send me out already. I want to show everyone my power. You and Science believe in me, don't you? The others don't understand. I don't care about them. And they don't care about me. But why? Tell me why!
Ifrit, calm down.
I hate you. Forget it. Screw you. Here, this one, and this one. All of these, they're all C. And this one, I don't really get. Doesn't matter, it's C too. There, done. It's time for your checkup, Ifrit. Another annoying doctor's here. Why do I smell burning? Ifrit, work with me. We're checking the density of originium crystals in your blood today. Are you going to cooperate? What's happened to the desk here? How did it get charred? Don't worry about it. It was an accident. Ifrit, you know this is dangerous. You can't be starting fires inside Rhodes Island. You have to control yourself. I told them we can't use any suppression drugs, but you have to work with us. Are you finished? You sure love to hear yourself talk. Ifrit, I'm a nurse. I'm really not good with kids. So do you think we could just, communicate? I was a kid. Do you ever, think? Why do I have to deal with people like you all day? Why can't everyone just leave me alone? Ifrit, I'm just doing my job. Then do it somewhere else. I feel sick to my stomach whenever I see those dumbasses in their stupid white coats. Out of my way. I'm leaving. But your checkup... I'll make you move. My homework... It burned. What did you do? You did this. Ifrit, hurry, the flames. I told you to leave me alone. You have to pay for this. Wait, I'll get Nightingale. Just hold on. Why? Why did I do this time? What did I do this time? Damn it. My homework. It's ruined. Silence won't take me either, even though I'm this powerful. The doctor's gone too. It's just me and those sickos in the white coats. It sucks. They're so scared of me. They run off as far as they can. My notebook is a little singed, but it's still good. Whatever, I'll just put the practice questions on the doctor's desk. Good to go, right? Can I help you? You'll scare people acting like that. I'm just walking. Normal people don't walk on the walls. Forget it. What's that in your hand there? Homework. It's a pain, but Constant said to listen to the doctor. I had no choice. You understand this? This word I do not know. You're asking me. You don't know? I can try. Let me see. This word, I'm not sure either. I think it's like this. Do you understand now? I'm afraid I didn't speak clearly. Yes, very clear. I'm glad. But you could have asked the doctor too. The doctor would have explained it better than me. Yes, but I think Frostleaf speaks softly. I see. What are you two doing hanging out in the hallway? Hey, Little Red Riding Hood, right? How come I never see you in class? Ifrit. Ifrit, don't get too close to her. Red has very quick defensive reflexes. She might lash out at you accidentally. Defensive reflexes? What happens to things that get within 5 centimeters of you? I cut them. See? Huh. You seem to know a lot about her, Ice Cube. I've gone over the operator's handbook and spoken to Doberman. But do you think maybe you could relax a bit around us, Red? Hmm? Never mind. What's funny? Huh? Don't worry about it, Red. What's that you're holding behind your back? Oh, this? It's my homework. The mighty Ifrit conquered it easy. Oh, I'm glad. I smell burning. Ifrit burned her homework. I didn't do it on purpose. Oh. You think I burned my homework so I didn't have to finish it, don't you? I don't know. Just come on and say it already. Don't, Ifrit. She doesn't talk much. Are you mad? I hate you. You're the worst. Why do you have to be in the same class? Why does today suck so much? Why does this keep happening to me? Calm down, Ifrit. The temperature is rising. This is getting dangerous. Huh? Don't act like you know me. I'm fine. Don't talk to me like you know everything. A threat? No, Red, it's okay. That's just how she is.
Monster.
Got it. What do you get?
Monster. A monster that hurts people. A monster that burns things. A monster who can't control herself.
It hurts. Ah.
Monster.
Need to burn? Wait, Ifrit, not here. Mind your own business.
Monster.
You don't know me.
Monster.
Stop. She's a threat to me. A threat to Rhode Island. Don't do it, Red. She's just heating up. Both of you. Who's heating up? Are you calling me a hothead? I'm thinking clearly. It's just you and your whole ice cream thing nobody wants. Get the hell away from me or I'll turn you to cinders. No, don't. She's out of control. So weak. You're kindling, Hood.
Monster.
No, don't do it. They're friends. Don't. Ifrit.
Monster!
I'm not a monster.
The flames ignite. The flames are out of control. The giant monster cackles. The white room burns to a charred black. Some cry, some flee.
Where am I? Someone is coming. Someone familiar. Tall. No. Sorry. Save them. Oh dear, oh my. What is going on here? Iffy, you can't be igniting in the corridors. Saria would be very upset if she knew. Silence too. Get... No, it's not... You're not... Let's gather up some water molecules and calm those flames down. It's freezing cold. Huh? Mumu? Mumu, help me, I don't want to... Shh, you can't tell anyone I'm here. It's okay, I'll take care of it. I'm not worried at all. You're going to be fine. But remember what we agreed, Iffy.
Cruel. Wanton. Rampage. Destroyed everything.
I know, it's all true. The painful experiments make me sick. The stares of the people in the white coats make me sick. This place makes me sick. This is no life. This is no future. All it would take is one flame, one lick hot enough, and all their disgusting eyes, all those white walls stinking of disinfectant, all of it would go up in smoke. As long as the people I like survive, the rest mean nothing. That's how I used to think before I came here. I think that's how I always thought. But I'm different now.
Cruel.
I know.
Wanton.
Okay, fine, I'll be careful.
Rampage.
It really wasn't that bad.
Destroyed everything.
I didn't mean to. It's not like I don't know. But at least, like you said, I can do it. I won't burn Rhodes Island or my homework. Or my friends. My friends are all as great as me anyway. So it's fine. I get it. I haven't been trying hard enough. I have to try even harder. Just watch me. I'll show all of you.
A whole corridor destroyed, just like that.
No, it's none of your business. That little Red Riding Hood and everyone else, they're okay. You helped Hood get away. Good. I'm dangerous. Everyone's dangerous. Oh. That whole thing back in the hallway, I didn't do it on purpose, so I guess I'm sorry. Gross. Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, hey, don't you need to check my homework? Here it is.
This notebook is a little scorched.
Don't take it if you don't like it. Here, this is the homework. There was a little accident and it got like this. Hey, what's with that look? Just come out and say it. It is what it is. Who cares if you don't believe me? I did the whole thing. I really did. It just got a little ripped and singed and splashed. And some of them I just kind of guessed, but I'll do better next time. I screwed up again. Just lay it into me already. I can take it.
Ifrit, give me your hand.
Huh? Why? Ow, not so rough. It's my dried peppers? My favorite dried peppers! Huh? I can have them? Hey, what the hell? You prick, don't think you can just give me a little snack and then... Fine then, but I still think your white coat dumbasses are hella gross. But I guess you can be an exception. But I'm warning you, don't treat me like a kid all the time, like Silence does. I'll get angry, and you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
You are an exemplary operator.
Where did that come from all of a sudden? It's obvious anyway.
You'll be joining the next operation.
Really? Really? You mean it? I can go out on the next mission? You really mean it? No kidding.
But
what? Open your damn mouth. You want me to think it through myself? What's that supposed to mean? Right, I have to go apologize. The medic lady, I didn't mean to scare her. And I shouldn't have been so rough with Frostleaf and Hood. Hey, doctor, can you do me a favor? Can you come with me to apologize?
Why not go yourself?
I know I screwed up. But they're really the worst. Still, I shouldn't do that to them. And I don't want people blaming you for it either.
Next time we go to the beach, would you like to join us?
Beach? What's that? Doesn't matter, I'll go. I wanna go. But why did you invite me all of a sudden? You're kind of a weirdo, Doctor.
Because if you behave yourself, I think I could convince Silence to let you go.
You're always trying to make me do stuff, huh?
Will you go apologize?
Fine. I can do it. I can apologize. So we have a deal? No backsies. You have to let me go. Peach. Yeah, sounds pretty sweet. See you tomorrow, Doctor. Are you still looking? Yeah, I know how they look at me. I know what they think of me. But it doesn't bother me. What do I care? I'll melt you. You know, it's your fault for embarrassing me. That's why I always end up in trouble.
Where would you be without me?
Huh, you think I'm still afraid of you? As much as you hurt me, as much as you hurt everyone. Fat ass, moron, pig, blind with horns.
Good one.
Look, I'm never going to burn everything again. I get it. Some things I can burn, some things I can't. There's nothing that can't be...
Sorry.
There's nothing that can't be burned.
What? It's my choice. If the mighty Ifrit chooses not to burn something, it cannot be burned. And whatever gets in my way, I'll burn to the ground. But the stuff I can't burn, I won't touch. Not with a single lick.
Then I wait, little thing.
Sooner or later, that day will come.
Alright, and we move on to our third story for today, titled Polaris. 8:30 AM, snowstorm. Northland's Infi Icefield, Rhinelab Temporary Research Outpost, number 420. Blaze it. System unlocked. Year unknown. Time and date error. Switching to manual control. Authenticate identity to proceed.
Let's see here. Right. Rhinelab Field Specialist Magallan.
Authenticating. Authentication complete. Voice print confirmed. Beep. Fingerprint confirmed.
Hi! How are you, Maggie? Welcome back. Well, that's weird. I guess I shouldn't have let Meyer play with the sign-in system. What a weird function. Anyway, let's get to work. This is our last survey of the year. Let's make sure there is nothing new. By now, all regions marked for survey are done. Once they finish their other tasks, they'll start on the trip back. Done. I am really no good at writing reports. Let's hear the audio. Hi Maggie, today is the 187th day of your survey. Wow, I've been out here a while. The time really flies. You have been out so long, shouldn't you head back? Everyone misses you. Huh? Was that in there before? Don't tell me Meyer snuck in some new parameters. Well, it's a cute little surprise either way. How nice. But as for going back, I think... This snowstorm looks like it'll last at least a week. Good thing I've got plenty of supplies. Let's take another look at the to-do list. I think I remember a few things still need doing. Let's see here. Right, sample collection is done. Searching for clues in the ruins. I think you can call that done. Nothing much new compared to last year. If only we had a discovery like the year before. It's pretty normal, but I bet the section chiefs I bet the section chief still chews me out for getting greedy. Nothing here either. Oh, here's a blank. Low temperature tests of new materials. Oh, I totally forgot. Where did I put the new material? Oh, crap. They're gonna kill me if I lose it. That was close. I just left it in my other pocket. The other pocket is 43 degrees below zero. I kept it there 6 hours. It retains elasticity. Now to test hardness. Hey! Well, no problem. Into the experiment chamber you go. Thank goodness I put it in my jacket. With the blizzard and all, I guess I can just put it outside the door and see how it holds up in a low temperature environment. I think the current temperature out there should be right. Okay, Magallan, here we go. Take a deep breath, open the door a split second, toss the thing out, then shut it. Gotta be quick, precise, decisive, or else the snowstorm gets in here and we're all done. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. Magallan, did you just see a ghost? Yes, Magallan, and she was very pretty. Still a ghost though. But how could there be another person up here in the Northlands? Could it be some kind of snow ghost? No way. I just have to open the door and take another look. I have to answer this question with science. There's no such things as ghosts, and I'm not so cold that I'm hallucinating. What if it's some kind of uncontacted tribe? That would be huge. Go for it, Magallan. Excuse me, can I come in? Don't be afraid. I'm not a ghost. Here, touch my face. Huh? What? Oh, okay. Wow, you're warm. But how? How are you here in Northlands? Are you a Sami? I don't know why that seems disappointing to you, but I am indeed a Sami. Nice to meet you, little girl. Hi. I still don't know how you got here, but please come in. A normal person would freeze to death out there. I mean, wouldn't a blizzard like this be a problem even for a Sami? Thank you. Here, have some tea. Thank you. What's your name? You may call me... let's say Simone. Simone, and your name, little girl? My code name is Magallan, Rhine Lab Field Specialist assigned to Research Outpost number 420. It's only me here at the moment. I see. Simone, why are you here? Did you get caught in the storm? I was entrusted with the search for a certain individual. Search? In the Northlands? There is no one here. For all the months I've been, I've seen maybe a couple of living organisms. The client informed me that she would be active in this area. Why are you looking for her? The storm will last for some time, which should delay her movements. I came here to retrieve her. Oh, really? Do you mean me? I am not certain. Right. So you're not here for me, but the weather as it is, it really doesn't bother you? The Sami... Rather, I am familiar with snow. But if the weather continues to deteriorate, many things will change in unpredictable ways. Yeah, I knew the storm would last a while, but I didn't think it would be this intense. I wanted to wait for the wind to die down a bit. We would have to speed things up like this. According to the calendar and my observations, tomorrow would be the best time. And we have enough supplies. I really did well. All these supplies are for you alone? Oh, no, these are for all the people living at this research station to hold out until next year's survey season. Oh? If you need to live here for a while, you can use these supplies too. But you can't touch my equipment. Oh, okay. Good, well, now that that's decided, let's get packing. Sorry, Simone, there's a few things I have to prepare. Sure, no problem. I won't get in the way. Suitcase, suitcase. Where did I put my suitcase? Oh, I remember. I brought it down from the loft and put it in the kitchen. The survey apparatus and the drone... it's fine. Just need to charge a bit. Is there anything I can help you with? Huh? Oh, no. I can take care of all of this myself. I've been doing this all by myself for a while. I got lots of practice. So this is where you work? That's right. I do research and observation. What do you observe? All the ice fields of the Northlands. And you're the only one here? Yep, that's my job. You don't get lonely? I do, but I don't think loneliness and happiness are mutually exclusive. I know my colleagues are all waiting for me to come back, and I know these ice fields hold so many amazing secrets waiting to be unlocked, so it's not that bad. Sometimes I get lonely, but most of the time I'm really very happy. To be alone is very scary. A life like this, I don't even know what to say. I know it's not for everyone. Being an explorer isn't easy. Being a scientist. You are truly optimistic. To borrow the words of one of the greats, an explorer's best friend is loneliness. Oh, but the section chief said I have this bad habit of talking to myself. Do I? I don't think I do. It's fine, Miss Magallan. You are a fine person. Oh, huh. Really? Yes. Okay, the station's energy reserve should hold up alright, as long as I set the hibernation times right, so... Right, like I said, aside from the research equipment, you're free to use anything you want, Simone. I see. Thank you. But I am infected. Is it okay for us to share supplies? To share this facility? You noticed, didn't you, Magallan? Yes, I noticed. You certainly didn't do anything to hide it. You are not afraid? It surprised me a bit at first glance, it did. You don't usually see crystal distributions like this. But really, as pretty as you are, Simone, those crystals look even more special. You need not avoid my eyes. Oh, your eyes. Huh. You should really get treatment, Simone. It's a little dangerous there. That is not what I mean. My meaning is, do you not fear infection? Oh, no, I don't need to worry about that. Rhine Lab's research has proven time and again that the repathy transmission from person to person is not nearly as easy as most people think. Even though nobody seems to listen. I have lots of infected friends and colleagues. It's no big deal. Really? Yep, really. Everyone at Rhine Lab Medical is really proud of what we've accomplished. But when it comes to infected stuff, we can't compare to a pharmaceutical company called Rhodes Island. It pisses off some of my colleagues, but it's the truth. They do really amazing work on neuropathy over there. That's why Rhine Lab signed a cooperation agreement with Rhodes Island. I'm actually going there myself. I'm pretty excited. I have no idea what it's like, but I really hope I can get some really good research done. I thought I'd be cooped up in a lab forever. You really like to talk, don't you? Obviously. I really like talking to other people, but if I start to talk your ear off, you can just tell me. I'll quiet down. Not at all. I like you talking about all these things I don't know. Oh, huh. I'm blushing a little. You know, Simone, you could go to Rhode Island for treatment. Hey, I could even take you there. You aren't worried that I have some ulterior motive? Ulterior motive? That I am bad. Okay, Simone, are you bad then? Yes. Am I bad then? Magallan, do you feel the temperature is dropping? The temperature? Huh, now that you mention it, it is a bit colder than it was before. Hold on. Oh no.
Warning. Anomaly detected in Climate Control Center. Outer heating function will be disabled. Warning.
That's not good. Excuse me a second, I need to check on that control system. Exterior heating pipe sprung a leak, probably just worn out. Sorry, Simon, I have to step outside for a bit. What is going to happen? If I let the system go ahead and shut down the other heat shell, the outpost isn't going to make it to the next season, or at least it won't be able to support life. How many days do we have? 2 months, give or take. No matter how familiar you are with snow, you wouldn't be able to live here. I won't. I'm leaving the Northland soon. Is that right? Are you still packing? I'm getting ready to go out there. Did you not just say it could last 2 months? Yeah, that's not good. It's gotta make it to next season. It is not safe to be out there in that storm. Such a harsh environment may endanger your life. Don't go. No can do. This outpost isn't just for me. It's a base of operation and it needs to hold up for good. No one else is coming in this weather. Simon, you just showed up in the weather like 10 minutes ago. I am different. I am not an explorer, Magallan. Phew, this heater is heavy. This outpost is even more important. For an explorer, base camps like this outpost are life-saving nodes. If this outpost goes down, an explorer who runs out of supplies or gets lost might come here and find only death. Okay, but since the time it was built, up until I got here, has anyone else come by? Not a one. Then what does it matter? It matters. How are you so sure? Because there will be someone coming by. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not until the next research season, maybe not for another couple of years. You are just making baseless assumptions. Magallan, it is dangerous out there. No one else is coming, at least not until the dry season. No explorer is coming. Simon, you said you're not an explorer, didn't you? That is correct. Well, different explorers make different choices. Some of them might choose to come here when it's not nice and calm, to explore the length and breadth of the Northlands. No one's done it yet, but people are always trying. And some of them might come here at its most dangerous to see how the land shapes and changes, to record what they see and bring it back to civilization. The black flow of Bolivar, the highland plains of Casimir's, the undersea volcanoes of Iberia. There was a time when no one has seen them either. But now the explorers have been and gone, planted their flags. And there are still many places in the world no one has set foot on yet, but that's all it means, not yet. Today I set foot on this icy field. That means more people will come in the future. And we have no idea under what circumstances they'll be coming. And if no one else comes in your lifetime? After you go back, won't the station fall into ruin? I can't give up. There's always that minute chance that some non-existent explorer might come along 2 months later. Simon, you have to understand, I, Magallan, believe in exploration. I believe in explorers. One day, our footprints will cover this entire land. You have put your hopes in a future that may not come to pass. Will you not be disappointed? No big deal. An explorer spends her whole life discovering, and her whole life being disappointed. No explorer's discovery is purely her own. Every one of us stands on the shoulders of all the explorers who came before us. Every discovery is connected to a long and storied past. Like, I'm only here in this ice field because of a story I heard as a child. But I know in my heart that even if the thing I'm looking for doesn't exist, everything I do still has meaning. Even if it's just some empty, disappointing, imaginary meaning. Oof, this heater is a little too powerful. Burned my hair last time. Oh well, on you go. I see. Yep. Oof, here we go. Let me go in your stead. Huh? Simon, you came here looking for someone, right? Our outpost here doesn't hire anybody. I already found her. Huh. You mean me, Magallan? The environment has deteriorated to the point where our messenger was unable to inform you in advance. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Rhodes Island operator, codename Santalla. I am here to retrieve you. Of course you can keep calling me Simon. Let me go in your stead. Wow. Nope, it's too risky. That's what I should be saying to you. Nope. I'm the field specialist here. It's my responsibility. Don't underestimate me. Huh. Tell me how to do the repair, Operator Magallan, and let me take care of everything outside. Okay, I got it. Here, take this. What is it? Just press this button and I'll come out and get you. And take this, and this. Thank you. I truly found the right person. I don't need them, Magallan. You do. I can't let you go out there without... No, Operator Magallan, trust me. The land, she trusts me too. We spend our whole lives discovering and our whole lives being disappointed, right?
Foolish Sami. What will this resistance accomplish? You are indeed impressive. We cannot escape this storm. But what does it matter? Ursus will crush you, swallow your cities, devour your land. Witch, we will not kill you. We will die, but you will live. You must live. You must see the land stained with blood. Take this, a gift from the dead. Take it with your eye. Scream, cry, then live. We die in glory. You live in ignominy. Forever. Witch.
Indeed. How was it I always felt this world will die? So long as there are children like this, the world will find a way to flourish. Rest assured, Magallan, there are some things that are beyond you. Let the adults handle it. It is good for us too. Listen. Flourishing life blooming white, buried black seeds deep in the night. Sing out, pretty girl, cry out, pretty girl. The snow hears your song, the blizzard keeps you warm. Snows of the Northlands, do you hear my song? Magallan, I want you to follow your dreams. There, that should stop the snow.
Years and years and years later, this operator will finally, even on global, in a couple of months, finally leave the NPC jail with the implementation of IS-4. But that is as much as I know about IS-4, outside of the fact that she comes with that. But anyway, let us continue and finish off with our final story for today, titled Among the Light and the Dust. 11:30 a.m. Overcast. Countryside, Rhode Island Chief Engineer's office.
What are you doing this time? Got it. You think I could see the doctor for a bit? Has it been too long since you pranked the doctor? Feeling antsy? Oh, come on. I'm really a very caring person. Last time you called yourself a caring person, you set up a facility to broadcast Closure's Midnight Video Market at 12 o'clock for 3 months straight. But we still have no way to turn the volume down. Okay, I admit it. I want to go and tease the doctor. Not to mention the doctor's memory loss. I can't say for sure if the doctor even knows who you are. Huh. Slept too much and turned stupid, huh? That's sad. I'll have to bring the doctor some snacks as a little cheer-up gift. Whatever. Just try not to make a bad impression. Warfarin went bad enough. Add in the doctor's misconceptions about vampires, and the causal matter will have to be postponed indefinitely. This is an opportunity to rehabilitate yourself in the eyes of the people. Seize it well. Do I really need rehabilitation? After the time you set the climate control system to 36 degrees, yes. That was a power outage in the machine shop. We found your fingerprints on the console. It was a power outage in the machine shop. You hacked the surveillance system and deleted the recording. But the console served as a biological backup. I have 13 tissue samples from 13 different instances. I'm sorry, it's my bad. That Envoy is such an arrogant prick. I just wanted to rub it in his nose in it. Sorry. Anyway, the welcome party. The doctor's welcome back party. We're not throwing one. Afraid not. Circumstances such as they are. Hey, why are you gonna be like that, Calcit? This is the doctor we're talking about. The doctor with amnesia. We gotta create an atmosphere of warmth and camaraderie. Did you always look after the doctor so? Maybe. I've never been that close to the doctor, but didn't you just say this is the perfect time to make a good impression? Closure, let's talk about something else. If you're not going, I'll go myself. I don't care what you do. Did I hear we're going to Lungmen? I think that was on the schedule. Yes. And we can operate freely. Lungmen has become quite dangerous. Huh, really? Lungmen? I thought that place was all about law and order. It's the closest city to Chernobog. That should be pretty self-explanatory. So why are we going? Because it's the closest city to Chernobog. I think you're hiding something. No, I said everything there is to be said in the last meeting. Right about the time you were slumped back in your chair, wearing an eye mask, fast asleep. What can I say? Keeping this operation well maintained is tiring work. I never said I blamed you. Without you, Rhode Island wouldn't even get off the ground. But I still want to do away with your suspicions. What is it you called me in for, exactly? What? I can't just call up an old friend? I'll be in my lab. Hey, wait, okay. We have a power outage down 2 corridors in Sector 3. Can you come and look at the cables with me? Just send an engineer down there. Is it a problem with the power supply cables? Or the two of us could go and look ourselves. Whenever I ask you for inspection, you always delegate it to another operator. My sense of responsibility as chief engineer of Rhode Island has suddenly awakened. Let's go! Come on, keep up with me. Huh? Huh? This is Heavy Rain. Oh, Heavy Rain? Hello, Miss Closure. What a good little girl. Look, Calcit. Look how much more likable she is than you. Heavy Rain, let me see your monitor. This one? On my left arm here? Yes, be careful not to touch the needle. Right. Numbers look good. Your hemoglobin is up. You're recovering well. Thank you, Dr. Calcit. No thanks necessary. Just doing my job. You don't thank people for that. You know the way back, Heavy Rain? I know. Then you show yourself out. Closure and I have something to take care of. But I'm a guard. If I go, will you be okay, Dr. Calcit? You may be mistaken, Heavy Rain. I asked you to come with us just to give you the lay of the ship. You may not come here often in the future. I don't need protection. Right. Then, excuse me. Goodbye, Miss Closure. Yeah, bye. Did you hear that, Calcit? She called me Miss. Oh, what a wonderful little girl. She really seemed to want to help you out, and you sent her away like that. Every operator has to find her own place in the world, just like me. Having her waste time with things she's not good at doesn't help anybody. Would it kill you to talk like a human being every once in a while? Heavy Rain was in the Sargon military. Before she can establish interpersonal relationships, she needs to find a proper position for herself and integrate into Rhode Island. That requires both support and tolerance, as well as her own self-awareness. Yeah, your lectures make my head hurt. She's another one of your strays you brought home. You kind of have a talent for picking up new pets, Calcit. How many are we up to now? It's one of the steps in the acquisition and cultivation procedures for infected personnel. Hold on. Last month you had a solid 72-hour surgical procedure. Was that her you were operating on? Indeed. The surgical team went through like 8 or 9 shifts, but you didn't sleep for 3 days? At least she recovered quickly. Tell me, Calcit, do you drug yourself? I refuse to answer that question. If I don't ask, you'll never say, will you? What's the point of discussing this? You're too hard on yourself. I can handle it. Dark. Should we be using backup power? You can't see? I'm a vampire, of course I can see. So can I. Alright then, on we go. Now I know what I just said, but did I step on something? What is this? Nothing to get all upset about. Is that a gachapon machine? What's it doing here? Huh. Furry Friends collection, 12 different furry friends too. Wow, secret level, awesome! Closure. It's been a long time since I worked in a dark pipeline like this. I really missed it. And Rhodes Island wasn't nearly this big back then. Spanner, please. Thank you, monster. What is it? I can't reach it. Can you give me a boost so I can fix the cable? Okay. Whew. This whole area has been totally cut off from the power supply. We can start troubleshooting. Calcit, do you think it was a mistake to go to Chernobog and rescue the doctor? It was certainly unwise to enter Chernobog at that time. So... Amiya was very firm in her decision. No one could sway her, and you know how the elite operators are. It only happened because you abstained. I'm starting to think this was some kind of test of Amiya. Test? No, not a test. Or rather, if it was a test, it wasn't me administering it. It was the situation she found herself in. But as firmly as she believed in that decision, I could only... But as firmly as she believed in that decision, I could only support her, though I certainly didn't have to make her feel like it would go smoothly. Her choice is her choice. Well said. But you're the one who has to deal with the consequences. Aren't you tired? Nobody gets it all right from beginning to end, Closure. Not even me. But we made it through the darkness. Now we just wait for the light at the end of the tunnel. Also, that second cable right above your head is about to fall. Hey! Don't hold me steady. If the 3-pin power connector drops, that's the end of both of us. Okay, hold up. I'm laying out the wire. Did you just stuff 2 whole sets of wires in behind them? Shh! I must feel the thrum of the electricity in my own heart to achieve peace and balance with the current. I advise you to mull over what you just said. But, Calcit... Oh, should be good. Try the switch. I was saying, regardless of what kind of riddle you were just playing at, if you're walking in the dark, you need some kind of light, right? Aren't we fixing the lights right now? Yeah, there we go. Closure. Why are you asking me about these things? Because if I don't ask, you don't tell. You let it all well up inside you until you go crazy. So my answers don't even matter to you? I think all these things you told me are really important to you. So yeah, it's not that important what you say, but it's really super important that you say it, and I hear it with my own 2 ears. What a waste of time. Next time I'll just hand you the written report. But then you wouldn't come with me. Says who? As long as you really have some lights that need fixing. Promise? How is it I always end up making some strange, inexplicable deal with you? That's what an engineer does. Here, Calcit, take a look at this light bulb. It's very clear. Yeah, clear. If only you were like this all the time, I'd be a lot less tense. If only. Oh, shut up, don't say it. Just be quiet and enjoying this little light together. It really is a nice, gentle light.
And that marks the end of all our little stories in here. So, before I go into the segment where I talk a bit about each individual story, like in a small little review, first and foremost, thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this one, and even if it was a long time since you yourself maybe read this and listened through this now again, or for listening to this for the first time, maybe it shone some light on some certain things and background information, and on top of which, you also saw a lot of foreshadowing for what would later come. Even teases to 2 characters that would take 3+ years to actually become playable. But anyway, thank you very much for listening. If you like this, please consider leaving a like. It would help and mean a lot to me. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, because there is a lot on the channel, and if you enjoyed this, you are probably gonna enjoy what else is there. And in advance, thank you very much. But these individual stories, okay, let's go in order. This is gonna be probably the easiest. So the first one. This first one is probably my personal favorite out of all of these stories combined. Even back then, when not the entirety of the game was yet available, like the entirety of the of Act 1 essentially was fully done. This is probably my favorite in here. The conversation between Helgar and Patriot, mwah. Also foreshadowing, or rather more background information on a certain character that would later pop up again in the main story, and what led to the character popping up there later. Great. Great as... Actually, or rather, let me put it this way. You already know through the main story what the background is if you follow through the entirety all the way to the back of episode 8, but this just shows the moment, like the decisive moment of the thought process of why it becomes the way it is. But yeah, also the biggest mindfuck ever in this episode being pretty much Patriot stating that if his son would still be amongst the living, and probably some minor things would have gone differently, he would be in the same place where Helgar is. Now, you can interpret that both ways. You can interpret it obviously as he would be a playable character, you know, he would be actually potentially part of Rhodes Island, which is holy mother of shit. That is a mindfuck. Or it could just be that he would be standing for the same kind of principles, or standing on the same line as Helgar in general. Could be both. Could be either one or both. However, I do want to point out, as much as it would be amazing to think about if his life would have gone a bit differently, and it would have led either to him becoming part of Rhodes Island or just be in a completely different position, I do want to point out, if his life would have gone different and he may have not left to be in the tundra with his guerrillas and stuff, Yelena would probably not be a thing. Frostnova would probably end up where she was originally, after her final outburst over there. I just want to point that one out, to make it clear that some stuff would be different for him, but some stuff would be also different for... major stuff would be different for the story. I kind of do wonder in this alternative scenario who in Reunion, or who else would be in Reunion to replace him, because he was such a imposing powerhouse essentially for the Reunion movement. Essentially everybody respected him, everybody feared him, and everybody just listened to him. And we know all too well what happens later when he is gone. Now, the second story, Destroyer. Not much to say here, outside of the little tidbit that that Flamebringer here definitely knows the Doctor, considering the moment he lays eyes on the Doctor, he recognizes the person. AKA, just like W, he knows the Doctor from the past. So that's an interesting tidbit. Story otherwise, I mean, there's a very badass moment with W and Flamebringer going nuts. So that's cool. Eventually I will level this guy. Eventually he will get an operator record and I will get an excuse to level him. But yeah, that's probably the only interesting part in there. And we could get some cool badassery at least. But not much else to say around that. Now for our third story. Okay, this is probably my biggest kind of meh story out of it, because it doesn't bring literally nothing new to the table. I think even for back then, all it describes is that Jessica is a hard worker, and that all three of them will be returning back to Blacksteel HQ once their mission with Rhode Island is done. That is no new information, especially the stuff about Jessica being a hard worker. Is no new information, even for back then, if I believe correctly. So nothing really new here, outside of the fact that that it highlights that the story takes place just before she heads out on the mission with Frostleaf and Meteorite. And that's about it. that's about all I can say about this tiny little story. Super short, doesn't really tell anything new, and I'll point this one out. Jessica's operator record does such a much better job at actually telling about her character, personality, and her aspirations than this little thing here. Obviously, this is from all the way back then when operator records weren't a thing, but you could think about these vignettes as operator records, because these are pretty much in the same lieu as what operator records do. So they're kind of a progenitor of operator records, I guess. But anyway, doesn't really do anything new, special, new information. So I'll mark this sniper training one as kind of like eh. It exists, I guess. Survival notarization. So Executor out on a mission. Again, can't really say much about it, besides it does highlight his personality quite well. He's literally working like a machine. He just goes. He was given an objective and he is executing the objective. He is very aptly named for both his position in the Notorial Hall, or his duties in the Notorial Hall, and how he does things, I guess. But yeah, very. We do get a bit of a backstory on another operator in here, so that's kind of neat on top of it, but again, doesn't really tell a lie. It does talk a bit about the character that we don't see, the old man, the old Laterano man, who was very apt at mechanical engineering. I mean, the old man literally constructed a cyborg arm for the little girl. I wonder but just brings me to think, like, who is gonna enlarge the arm as she becomes older? who's gonna be constructing the next arm, because she is still a child. She's gonna grow. Right? Who's gonna make the arm bigger to balance things out, you know? But I guess that could be for another story in the future. I do wonder when this is taking place, though. This one is not very specific. He does say he's going to Rhode Island. It could very well be taking place before the Guide Ahead story, because definitely different Sancta came to Rhode Island, and I'm not talking about Exia, who is not really living in Laterano and everything. Yeah, he could have just been sent at any given point, I guess, to Rhode Island to probably check on other sancta and whatnot. But I do wonder when it's taking place. And more backstory on the old guy would be very interesting. I wonder if the future event, and I don't want to respond about that, by the way, if somebody knows. I do wonder if the event that comes with his alter version will actually talk about maybe the old guy more. I do think it's gonna talk about more about another person, but more on that when that story comes around. Now, after class homework, this was the first, I think, foreshadowing to, well, story foreshadowing outside of Ifrit's file and stuff about, well, a certain someone being attached to Ifrit and her past and the experimentation she went through and gone through. But for more on that, I can only point towards, I can point towards the official main page of English main page of Arknights, where you can find the manga for the Rhode Island story. Sorry, not Rhode Island. For the Rhine Lab stories, which features the background story about Ifrit and all the time before she and the other Rhine Lab operators would reach Rhode Island eventually. I do, however, like this, when you take it nowadays, this story, and compare it to how Ifrit was before, like her mindset and everything, it gets even highlighted in here a bit. But when you compare this to the manga story, a bit about Ifrit's personality and stuff, you do see how much she changed as a person since she met Silence and the rest of them, and even came to Rhode Island. There is quite the difference in personality. And I do like the little character growth in here, where it showcases that she is trying not to give in to the fire, essentially, to the anger. I do also like that. I completely forgot. I'll be quite honest. It's been like 3+ years at this point since this was live for the first time. I completely forgot that this is the first time, I believe, where Muses appears. Like, holy hell, so far back. And then she later would appear in the Mansfield Prison Break story again. But yeah, she likes to pop up everywhere, I guess. But yeah, I like this one. I like the homework one. Mostly because of the bits about, well, mostly because of the showcase of Ifrit's growth and personality and stuff like that. So that was fine. This one is a proper operator record, if you put it in that perspective. Literally talks about the character, their growth, and how they are progressing. Right then, Polaris. Not much to say here outside of, again, it's another operator record. Oh, sorry. Now I'm calling them operator records. It's another story that pretty much works as an operator record, showing Magallan out in the wild and her personality pretty well. And it also foreshadows the appearance of a character, Santalla. So, we still have to wait a couple of months until IS-4 is gonna be out. IS-3, as of this recording, is not even fully complete yet, so it's gonna be a couple more months, but she is coming. She is coming with IS-4, finally. But very interesting, and yeah, again, it's one of those, I do not know when this is taking place. I really wish one of these days Hypergriff would put out a official, like, timetable for stuff. Even if it's just in a written book form, I would probably buy it. just give me an encyclopedia, like what Final Fantasy XIV does. Just give me an encyclopedia and give me dates in there, and I'll make my own timeline. But yeah, very interesting first meeting, first viewing of Santalla. Whatever. Anyway, and not much else after that. I don't remember. Does she appear somewhere else? I have a stupid feeling like she appeared somewhere else, and I'm just forgetting right now. Anyway, neat little story. Like I said, works pretty much like an operator record where it shows Magallan's perspective on things and her stuff. The dream she mentions, if I'm not completely mistaken right now, I think that one gets a bit more elaborated in her module short story. I will not link it here in the video description because that would be too many links to put into this video, especially considering how many operators here are. And by the way, a bunch of these operators do have their operator records and module short stories on the channel. If you want to view them in your own free time, just look them up. You're probably gonna find them. Magallan, for example, has operator records as well, and I did her module short story, which was very interesting considering she almost runs into someone on one of her expeditions, and oh boy, am I happy she did not run into that person. But anyway, again, neat little story. Can't really say much outside of that, outside of Santalla for the first time appearing. Now, for the last one, I don't really know how to interpret this one. I do like seeing Closure and Katze just hang out and talk about the current state of things, be it direct or indirect. I do love, however, that Monster has been reduced to a handyman. I do love that Monster is just there in the background handing Closure a wrench or a screwdriver or whatever she's in need, or holding the wire out on top. Like, that's cute. I guess the xenomorph is helping. But yeah, all I can say to this one is the interaction between the two is neat. It's nice to see them actually normally talk between each other and poke fun at each other. Also, first appearance of Heavy Rain in this one. Actually, did she become available with this banner that came with this? Maybe. I can't remember. I think she did. But yeah, she does appear for a second. She will, Heavy Rain has more of a presence in the A Walk in the Dust story, by the way. If you want to see that one, obviously it's up on the channel. But yeah, not much to say outside of the interaction, like I said, between Kaltzed and Closure is nice to see. Also, Closure calling her out on staying up for literally 3 days straight performing an operation, and oh boy, that must have been some goddamn, and no pun intended, heavy operation on Heavy Rain. Holy shit. But yeah, neat little story, but still decent enough. Still decent enough, and nice to see the two of them talking about stuff, like I said, cryptically and non-cryptically, and talking about the future and their perspectives on things. Also, Closure, please don't prank the doctor too much. Why did I press that? Please don't prank the doctor too much. At least just give him snacks. That's enough, right? Snacks are enough. But anyway, this will mark the end of things. This was nice to go through and remember all things. Like I said, there's a couple of things that I completely forgot out of this whole thing. And most of them are around the first appearance of Mulesies, actually. And it was nice to read this first one again, just to remind myself of that background information, at least for the main story. But anyway, like I said, I hope you all enjoyed this narration and a view back on this very, very old vignette side story in the game. Next time, we are gonna take a look at, well, the next two side stories rather on the channel are gonna be yet again two very old side stories. One vignette, one proper side story, and the voting for those is currently going on the community section. So if you did not see it and you're still listening, go there, take a look of what they are. They should be right below the post for this video going up, and leave your vote. I think one of them is very, very much so winning at this point from the last time I looked at it. So that one's gonna be first. The second one, the loser one, is gonna go second once that one is done, but both are gonna go up on the channel in the next coming 2 weeks. So please look forward to that. But yeah, anyway. So don't ramble too much. Thank you all for listening. Hope you liked it. So please consider leaving a like on the video, and I will see you in the next one. Have a nice day, and bye-bye.